Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Eilish, can you state your full name and occupation for the record?
Yeah, I do, Billie Eilish Pirate Baird O'Connell. I'm a singer and songwriter.
And how long have you been in the music industry?
Since I was like 13, so about 9 years.
In that time, have you come into contact with the defendant, Mr. Sean Combs, also known as P. Diddy?
Yeah, a few times.
Can you describe the nature of those interactions?
It started in 2019, right after my first album dropped. I was 17 and everyone was like freaking out about me. I got invited to this industry party in LA. Diddy was there. He came up to me all charming, saying he loved my music, that I was the future, blah blah blah. I was a kid, so I was flattered, you know?
What happened at that party?
He pulled me aside, said he wanted to talk business, took me to this private room upstairs. It was just us, and I felt weird, like, why's this big shot producer isolating me? He started talking about my career, saying he could make me a global icon, bigger than I could imagine. But it wasn't just advice. He was like dangling these offers, collaborations, record deals, movie roles. Said he had connections with people like Tom Cruise, that he could get me in rooms others couldn't.
Did these offers come with conditions?
Yeah, he didn't say it outright at first, but it was clear. He kept talking about loyalty, about how the industry works, how you have to play the game. Then he got specific. Said if I wanted his help, I'd need to pauses, voice cracking, attend certain parties, private ones. He called them creative sessions.
Can you clarify what he meant by creative sessions?
They weren't about music. He said these were exclusive events where everyone who's anyone goes to network. But the way he described it, it was creepy. He mentioned entertaining his friends, being open-minded. I wasn't stupid, I knew what he was implying.
Objection, Your Honor, this is speculative. The witness is assuming intent without evidence.
Fine, he said verbatim. You want to be a legend, you gotta show you're down for the team. Come to my next party and we'll see how serious you are. That's not speculation, that's what he said.
Did you attend any of these parties?
No, I bylayed. I told my team I wasn't comfortable and they got me out of there, but Diddy didn't stop. He kept texting me, calling me, said I was making a mistake, that I'd regret turning him down. He even sent me a contract once, some shady deal with his label. My lawyer shut it down.
Miss Eilish, you mentioned Tom Cruise. Did Mr. Combs reference him again in relation to these offers?
Yeah. In 2020, I ran into Diddy at a Grammy after party. He was more aggressive this time. Said he'd been talking to Tom about me, that Tom thought I had star power for movies. Diddy claimed he could set up a meeting, but only if I proved myself first. He said Tom was part of his inner circle, that they had special arrangements with new talent.
And how did you interpret that?
I interpreted it as a lie. Tom Cruise doesn't need Diddy to scout talent. It was a name drop to pressure me, but even if it was true, it felt gross, like I was being sold to some elite club.
Objection, again, speculation. The witness is imputing motives without proof.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Eilish, did Mr. Combs ever mention another artist in relation to these events?
Yeah, Justin Bieber.
Can you elaborate?
At that same Grammy party, Diddy brought up Justin, said he'd mentored him when he was young, that Justin had been to his parties and knew how to play ball. He implied Justin's success came from doing what Diddy asked. Then he got this look like he was testing me and said, Justin had some rough nights, but he came out on top, you could too.
Did he specify what he meant by rough nights?
Not exactly, but it wasn't hard to figure out. He said Justin had to earn his stripes at private events, that he'd been tested by Diddy's crew. It sounded like pauses, swallowing, like Justin had been through some messed up stuff. Diddy made it seem like that was the price of fame.
Objection, hearsay, Your Honor. The witness is relaying second-hand information about Mr. Bieber, who isn't here to corroborate.
Your Honor, this testimony is relevant to the defendant's pattern of behavior and the coercive tactics alleged in the indictment.
He said Justin was 15 when he started hanging with me. He learned quick. You're smarter than he was, Billy, you'll figure it out. That's what he said.
How did these comments about Justin Bieber affect you?
It freaked me out. I knew Justin's story, everyone does. He was a kid when he got famous, and he's been through hell. Hearing Diddy talk about him like that, like he'd orchestrated it, it made me sick. I didn't want to be another one of his success stories.
Did you ever witness any interactions between Mr. Combs and Mr. Bieber?
Once at a studio in New York in 2021. I was recording nearby and Justin was there. Diddy showed up unannounced. Justin got quiet like he was bracing himself. Diddy was acting all big, talking about old times, but Justin barely responded. He looked haunted. I overheard Diddy say something like, "You know I got you, kid, we keep it locked." Justin just nodded and left.
Miss Eilish, let's shift focus. You've described yourself as someone who's navigated the industry successfully. Have you ever used your influence to pressure others?
What's that supposed to mean?
There have been allegations that you've been dismissive or harsh toward younger artists, particularly those seeking your mentorship. Can you address that?
Look, I'm not a saint. I've been in this game since I was a teenager and it's brutal. Yeah, I've snapped at people before, interns, new artists, whoever. I've got a short temper and I don't always have time to play nice. But I've never preyed on anyone, never dangled opportunities to manipulate them. That's not me.
So you deny exploiting your position?
Exploit, I've turned down deals that would have screwed over my fans or my team. I've fought for control of my music, my image. But sure, I've been a jerk sometimes. I'm human. That doesn't make me like him.
Objection. The witness is making prejudicial statements.
Miss Eilish, did you ever confront Mr. Combs about his offers or his comments about Mr. Bieber?
Points at Diddy. Yeah, once. In 2022, I saw him at a festival. I was pissed, maybe a little reckless. I told him to stop name-dropping me, to leave me out of his games. I brought up Justin, said I wasn't going to be another one of his victims. He laughed, said I was too smart to get played but too dumb to win big. Then he walked off.
How has this experience affected your view of the music industry?
It's a machine. Talent gets you in, but power games keep you there. Diddy's not the only one pulling this crap, but he's one of the worst. He uses his clout to control people, especially kids who don't know better. I've seen it. Justin's proof. I'm proof he tried.
Thank you, Miss Eilish. No further questions at this time.
Miss Eilish, you've told quite a story today. Let's unpack it. You claim my client made inappropriate offers in 2017, yet you continued attending events where he was present.
It's the industry. You can't just avoid someone like Diddy. He's at every major event, award shows, festivals, parties. I wasn't chasing him, I was doing my job.
Why? But you admit to engaging with him even after these alleged creepy encounters.
Engaging? I tolerated him, I didn't have a choice. He's got power, connections. You don't just tell Sean Combs to screw off when you're 17 and new to the game.
So you're saying you felt coerced, yet you never filed a police report or a complaint with your management?
I told my team, they handled it. And a police report against P. Diddy, you think that's easy? He's got lawyers like you, people who'd bury me in court. I was a kid trying to protect my career.
Let's talk about Mr. Bieber. You claim my client made serious allegations about him. But you have no first-hand knowledge of these events, correct? Just what you think my client implied.
I know what he said. He bragged about mentoring Justin, about putting him through tests. He used it to scare me. And I saw Justin's face that day in the studio. That wasn't nothing. Are you serious? I've owned my mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I've never hurt anyone. Diddy's out here dangling fame like a carrot, preying on kids. Don't twist this on me.
And these offers you mentioned, collaborations, movie roles, isn't that just standard industry networking? You're a star, Miss Eilish. People pitch you deals all the time. Why single out my client?
Because his pitches came with strings. He wasn't offering me a collab, he was offering me a leash. He wanted control, loyalty, whatever you want to call it. And he used Justin's name to make it sound normal.
One last question. You claim my client referenced Tom Cruise. Have you ever met Mr. Cruise or confirmed these alleged discussions?
No, like I said, it felt like a lie to pressure me. Diddy's good at that, dropping big names to make you feel small.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Briefly, Your Honor. Miss Eilish, why are you testifying today?
Because I'm not a kid anymore. I've seen what Diddy does, how he operates. I got out, but others didn't. Justin didn't. If I can help stop him, I will.
Thank you. No further questions.